Welcome everyone, it's Glacier Guy, Rock the Glacier as always. Let's get in this deck tech for Sliver Overlord. I've wanted to make a Sliver deck for a while, and I figured using Magic the Gathering Online with getting the cards a little bit cheaper, actually significantly cheaper, was a good idea, so let's go for it. Alright, let's see, we got Enlightened Tutor, Swords of Plowshare, single target removal. This one gives Vigilant Slivers, gives my Slivers +1/+1. This destroys anything that, basically I choose a creature type, all players choose a creature type, and then it wipes out the board or whatever. It doesn't really work good against tribal decks, but every once in a while you'll come across a tribal deck that's not running all the same tribe, or if you're coming against a deck that's just not running tribal at all, this is really, really good. Hive Starving to give, just give me 2 slivers. This one gives my slivers double strike. This gives them lifelink. It's worded a little different, but it's lifelink. Wrath of God in case my opponent's being way more terrifying than me, especially if I have indestructible, so it's pretty good. Gives my slivers flying, and plus I can put them on top of my library. This is basically, what's it? It's that ring. Oblivion. This is basically, I think it's Oblivion Ring, but on a creature. Gale Rider to give them flying. Cyclonic Rift to just keep my opponents off the field. Diffusion Sliver, helps make them not untargetable. Doesn't give them hexproof, but it makes them harder to target. Wing Sliver. Another way to give them flying, Ristic Study, so I can get more card draw. This is basically kind of one of my win conditions. I kind of sort of save this for the bit. For the end, slivers can't be blocked except by slivers, because I haven't actually... I've had my slivers stolen, but I haven't seen an opponent use... I haven't came across an opponent using slivers. Good old Vampiric Tutor. This one gives them regen, it gives them regen. This gives them another one. It gives them lifelink. This one allows me to get 3 slivers back from my graveyard, which is really good because my slivers seem to get hit a lot. Kindred Dominance, good board wipe. This one gives them first strike, haste, sliver cycling, which allows me to go get a specific sliver. So it's like regular cycling, except for I discard this and go get a sliver. Mana Echoes tries to give me more colorless mana. This one gives poison, which is not the same as infect as far as I know. But it's still pretty scary. Cryptolith Right, just in case the next 2 slivers get destroyed. I've got Gemtide Sliver, which gives all of them basically what is that? Birds of Paradise. Manuel Sliver does the exact same thing, except for this is all slivers. This is only ones I control. Muscle Sliver to make him just a little beefier. Predatory Sliver to make him beefier again. Quick Sliver, which is flash, and allows me to play them. My sliver spells flash. Venom Sliver to give him Death Touch. I have actually not used it yet. And it's funny because Venom Sliver looks very similar in sort of design to Virulent Sliver. You got the Scorpion's Tail on there. It looks kind of like a Scorpion's Tail also. Alright, keep going. Beastmaster Ascension. I haven't used this in this deck yet, but whenever I do use it in my other decks, it does pop off pretty well, so it's pretty good. Cultivate to try to give me some more lands, because 5-color deck, I definitely need more lands. Descendant's Path is surprisingly not useful at all if you don't have a sliver on the field, but if you do, it's really good. Growing Rites of Itlimoc is basically, I don't think I put Gaia's Cradle in this deck, I'm not 100% sure, but this is Gaia's Cradle, except for it lets me go get more creatures, which is really good. Horn Sliver gives all my slivers trample, more mana ramp. Root Sliver can't be countered, makes my slivers can't be countered. Triumph of the Hordes, which is kind of like a win con, sort of. Just give them trample in effect, try to just get in there. Brood Sliver is basically helps me make more tokens. Kindred Summons is really good in almost every single tribal deck that can play it. Crystalline Sliver gives my slivers Shroud, which sometimes is useful and not useful. Anguish Unmaking. Basically good single target removal. Mortify, also good single target removal. Necrotic Sliver, basically sacrifice. I can sacrifice any one of my slivers. I mostly would use this just for the tokens to destroy permanents, but very good. My opponents definitely don't like this on the field for very long. Hibernation Sliver is very useful, and I had recently took it out of the deck, and then I realized I needed to put it back in. Because there are times when I want to beef up my own creatures or things. Not very often, but there are times when I have a sliver on the field I don't want on the field, or I got one that's being targeted, so I can just pay the 2 life and put it back in my hand, which is good. Terminate, good single target removal. This is where it kind of gets annoying because Harmonic Sliver is all slivers have one. This permanent enters battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's not a may ability; it's a have to ability. So if I drop the Harmonic Sliver down and I have enchantments and artifacts on the field that I want to keep, the only way to prevent me from blowing them up, because eventually I will have to blow up my own stuff, which is fine if I get to a certain point. But when I'm early game, I don't really want to. I might want to use this early game, but I might not want to keep the effect going. I can use Hibernation Sliver to pull Harmonic back into my hand, which is very useful, which is one of the reasons why I kept it in there. Then we got Mirari's Wake. Gives my slivers +1/+1, allows my mana to double. Sliver Overlord. I actually got this in paper when I was opening a box of M15. I opened only one box of M15 and this was in there, which I thought was pretty cool. Makes them all indestructible. I really like it. Sliver Legion is basically coat of arms on a creature. Sliver Queen helps me make more colorless tokens, which is really nice. And then we get into, let's get into the land base. We got Ancient Ziggurat, which I can only use the mana to cast creatures. I have a lot of creatures in here. Arid Mesa to go get some lands. I got the entire full set of dual lands. So I got Badlands Bayou, Bloodstained Mire, Command Tower. I got 4 forests, 3 islands, 3 mountains, 4 plains, 3 swamps, and I think that's all for the basics. Sliver Hive also. So like I said, I have all the original dual lands. Windswept Heath, Wooded Foothills. These are to go get specific cards I need. So I mean, Blood Moon would really suck against this deck. Really suck if I have to play against this deck. Yeah, I'd pretty much if I was playing against Blood Moon, I'd just have these. These would all be what I could. Yeah, it would really suck. Soul Ring, Chromatic Lantern, Herald's Horn is really good for tribal decks. Urza's Incubator, Door of Destiny, Paradox Engine, and Vanquisher's Banner. So that is what's in the Sliver Overlord or Sliver Overlord commander deck. And I hope you all look forward to watching some games of this. And yeah, so I'm going to play about 3 games and I'll release them. So I hope you enjoy the week. See you guys around.